Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a 3. Puts it in!
Go ahead.
If your best player is small, you're not winning.
What's good, folks? We back. Now listen, if you haven't been sleeping under the rock, Knicks, listen, the Knicks finally won. And I wanted to talk about this. One, because as you can see, I'm a Knicks fan. Two, because Jalen Brunson's story. Listen, Jalen Brunson, everybody said he was too small to do it. He couldn't be a number one option. And guess what? He did it, goddammit. And it reminded me of a couple animes where everybody just say, oh, this person's not good enough. He too small. He can't do it. And they end up proving them wrong. So today, we're going to be talking about how good Jalen Brunson is. We're going to be talking about what animes reflect his story like the best and just overcoming what everybody think you can't do. So first up, we got Rock Lee. Now, if you watch Naruto, you already know why he's here. Listen, imagine living in a world where everybody around you could use ninjutsu or genjutsu except for you. That's basically Rock Lee's life. And people look at him and saw somebody who didn't have enough talent to keep up with everybody around them. But instead of quitting, this man decided to outwork everybody. And that's why people still love Rock Lee to this day.
To this day. To this day.
Because when people talk about underdogs in animes, he's one of the first names that come up to mind. This dude, listen, he built his entire career off refusing to accept what everybody else said about him. And honestly, when he dropped the weights against Gaara, I think half the anime community lost their minds, because for the first time, everybody got to see what all that hard work actually led up to. And Rock Lee wasn't really supposed to make it. And that's exactly why people still remember him. Now, you might be asking, how does this relate to Jalen Brunson's story? Because listen, I know he's 6'2". Listen, me and him about the same height or something like that. But everybody around him was this big, tall, lanky as hell. They said no small guard could do it. He's not athletic enough. He wasn't fast enough. And he just proved he could. And don't worry about, hey, I know you've been looking at that stain right there. Don't worry about that stain right there. But I feel like Rock Lee is one of the perfect representations of someone outworking everyone else and still succeeding in places that they said that they never could. Now let's talk about Hinata from Haikyuu. Listen, we ain't talking about the Hinata from Naruto. If you watch Haikyuu, you already know what the huge problem is. Volleyball players, it's usually a sport where height matters a lot. So from the beginning, people look at Hinata and basically assume he wasn't going to be able to compete with the best players. But the thing I always liked about Hinata is that he never let that stop him. Instead of focusing on what he didn't have, he focused on what he could control. He got faster, he trained harder, and he kept improving. And that sounds like somebody who just got a ring. And every time somebody thought they had him figured out, he found another way to prove him wrong. And that's what makes his story so satisfying. That's what makes Jalen Brunson's story so satisfying. Because realistically, most people would look around, saw all these giant players in the side, that the tiny one right there, they don't belong. Hinata, he did the opposite. He saw people bigger than him and decided he was going to compete anyway. And by the time you get deeper into the series, you realize something. The things everybody thought would hold him back became things that made his story special in the first place. And that's why I think Hinata belongs on this list, because he wasn't the strongest and he wasn't the most gifted. But because people counted him out before he even stepped onto the court, he spent the entire series proving them wrong. And that, hey, I might have to rewatch that, because that's fire. Hey, that's how you know it's realistic, because it just happened in real life. But now let's talk about Shirase from A Place Further in the Universe. And honestly, she might be one of the most underrated persons on this list, because unlike everybody else, she isn't trying to win no tournament. She isn't trying to become some skilled person. Her dream was to go to Antarctica. And whenever she told people about it, most of them look at her like she was crazy. Some people laugh, and some people didn't take her seriously. And that what makes her story special, because Even when nobody else believed in her dream, she kept believing in herself. And I think that's a lot of people could relate to. Sometimes the hardest part about chasing a dream isn't really the dream itself, it's dealing with everybody telling you it can't be done. That's what Shirase had to deal with her entire time, and instead of letting all the doubt stop her, she kept moving forward anyway. That's why she belongs on this list, because sometimes proving people wrong isn't about becoming the strongest person in the room. It isn't about winning chips or anything like that. It's about refusing to give up on something everybody else already gave up on. And honestly, there's another reason Shirase reminded me of Jalen Brunson's story, because part of Jalen Brunson's story isn't just proving people wrong, it's also about carrying something bigger than yourself. Listen, his dad, Rick Brunson, he made it to the NBA, but Jalen ended up taking that journey even farther than he did. And with Shirase, part of her journey is following in the footsteps of her mother and just finally seeing the place that meant so much to her. That's why both these stories hit so hard, because it's not just about succeeding, it's about finishing a journey that started long before you was even born. And listen, I think that's why people love underdog stories so much, because sooner or later everybody gets told that they can't do something. Maybe you too small, you ain't got enough talent, and maybe the dream that you try to achieve just sound impossible, and everybody around you just think you crazy. But every character on this list proved the same thing though. Other people don't get to decide what you're capable of. And listen, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like, hey, I've been a Knicks fan for almost forever, since I was in elementary school. And I've been told, listen, they told me I was never gonna see the Knicks win in my entire lifetime. That's how doubtful folks was. So now I'm just thinking like, maybe, hey, I see the Knicks win. Maybe this channel right here could hit 1 million subscribers. Hey, it sounds crazy, but the Knicks winning, that sounded crazy at 1.2. So, all this to be said, go Knicks. And if you got a dream, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do that shit, because you could do that shit. Look at Jalen Brunson. Look at, hey, we about to hit 1 million subscribers. You know what, you know what, go give me 1 billion likes on this video, and I don't even know what I'll do. I'll do something though. But if you like the video, like, subscribe, hit the notification if you want it, and definitely click on all these videos right here. Click on all these videos. Anyway, hey, I promise you, good video, great video. I don't even know what the hell it's about, but I forgot I'm supposed to sing. It's all still over. Hit the subscribe.